Thanks again, Lisa. Our next speaker will be Sarah Johnson. We love hearing Sarah speak. She's wonderful. Sarah Johnson has a big dream. She wants to make a huge difference for the people of Africa. She has a dream to travel with her children, improving the lives of others around the globe. She hopes her children will not only be able to see the world, but to serve the world. She wants them to know firsthand how lucky they are to have more than one pair of shoes. She has some American friends who seem to be living her dream, making a difference for the people of Liberia. The Wade family has adopted 2 Liberian boys, and they are helping support schools in this struggling African country. They are doing a lot of good, and Sarah would like to join their cause. However, sometimes Sarah doesn't always feel like the grateful saint she would like to be. Sometimes she just feels stressed out with the day-to-day work of serving her own family and preparing for the holidays. Perhaps you have felt the same way. Please welcome Sarah Johnson.
Yay!
We all know an attitude of gratitude will bring us happiness and success. However, sometimes it's hard to use that attitude of gratitude. I know most of you as Toastmasters, you have lives that are full of great things that you're doing. But sometimes that busyness brings us to unhappiness. I've been that way. As my little 6-year-old son has been counting down the days to Thanksgiving, I have been approaching this holiday with stress and anxiety. And then when I remind myself, oh, I need to be grateful, it's just one more thing on my to-do list. And I not only don't feel grateful, I feel guilty on top of that. So it wasn't until I learned a little bit about this woman in Liberia and the issues surrounding her country that I was able to step back, get a greater perspective, and feel grateful. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, I hope that this speech will help you have an attitude of gratitude. But if you listen, you will also have a call to action so that you can make a difference. This woman was found by my friends huddled in a corner trying to stay dry from the rain. You might not know very much about Liberia, but as you compare your life to the people there, you may feel, as I did, that my life is a pretty cushy life. You may also feel grateful for peace and safety, food and shelter, and affordable education. Maybe some of you don't know much about Liberia. If you didn't know, it's a small country in Western Africa. It was established in the 1800s for former slaves from the United States. And what a great idea, huh? The problem was, in about 1980, Civil War broke out and lasted for over 14 years. What happens to a generation that is raised in violence? All of these children have seen brutality, cannibalism, rape, torture, all throughout their lives. What happens to their society today? The peace treaty was signed almost 10 years ago, and yet there's still a lot of violence. Let's meet Nathan. This is a boy who's only 12 years old. He has spent all day trying to sell food so that he can help feed his family. And yet, a man took some food without paying for it. When Nathan ran after the man beat him up and still didn't pay for it. Is Nathan trying to buy an iPod or cool clothes? No, he's trying to support his family because his father's an alcoholic and his mother is crippled. Would you like a home like this? It's very common in Liberia. The climate is actually quite mild, so it wouldn't be that bad. However, over 60%, or more than half, of 10 to 19-year-olds are raped. I wouldn't feel very safe in that shelter, nor would my children. This is a home that a family found. It was in a burnt-down building. They take it for shelter, along with over 20 other people. I'm not going to complain about my non-granite countertops anymore. How would you like this for a kitchen? before, they were just scrounging to find anything, plants, scraps, whatever they could to eat. And remember our friend Nathan? Do you know what kind of food he was selling? Cooked dog head. We need to be grateful for our vegetables, even our children, huh? And as I think about the way we may complain around here about declining property values and foreclosures, I think, hey, we've got a pretty nice neighborhood after all. I'm guilty myself. Just the other day, I was feeling pretty depressed that I didn't have a cute bed set with matching sheets. Well, at least I have a bed. Now, the key to improving lives for people in Liberia is education. Education will help them break away from violence, illiteracy, and poverty. The problem is, Liberians don't even have the money for education. They can't afford the $8 registration fee, let alone the $120 that will take a child to be educated for 1 year. In fact, 4 out of 5, over 80% of school-age girls resort to prostitution. Some of them are trying to get a better education, but some of them are just trying to feed their families. One of them, named Rosalind, offered up her body so that she could go to school. She ended up not getting her school fees paid, but she did end up with 2 children. This kind of cycle perpetuates the cycle of poverty and illiteracy. So what can we do about it? We really know that education is the key to helping people in Liberia. It helps them lift themselves out of poverty. Remember Nathan? His hope is not to get the $120 to go to school. It's to scrounge enough money together to buy a notebook. He wants to be like the other kids, reading and writing and recording in his notebook. Yes, learning about people in Liberia has helped me be really grateful for my peace and safety, my food and shelter, and affordable education. Heck, I decided I'm not complaining anymore about cookie dough fundraisers or anything else at my kids' school. But there's more to this than helping you and me be more grateful, because there's something we can do about it. The President of Liberia is leading the way, engendering peace and unity in education. And there is a way that we can be a part of lifting Liberia out of poverty. This organization is based in the United States, but it enables us to donate money to help our students in school. As little as $5 will make a difference. My friends, the Waite family, have gone to Liberia. There's their 2 sons that have been adopted from there. They have seen firsthand the difference that lifting Liberia has made in the schools right there for individual children in Liberia. I know that this is a charity that we can help support. You may think, oh, my money won't make a big difference. Well, there's girls selling themselves for as little as 3 cents. Every little bit that you can give can make a difference. You can go to the website and help support schools like this one that Lifting Liberia helps. Or, I've decided I will take up a collection today, because if you don't do it now, you might forget. So if you want to donate some cash or checks today, I will assure, and I know you can trust me, that 100% of it will go to Lifting Liberia. We can make a difference so that boys who are like Nathan right now can be like Jefferson someday. Jefferson is a success story from Lifting Liberia. His future is bright. He is committed to living a good life without violence, without teen pregnancy, without illiteracy. And we can make a better future for others. If you don't want to give now, you can give to the website. Remember, you need to count your blessings instead of your worries. But today, you can be a blessing. I'm just And Lisa Amaya is going to bring around the vote counting basket for your donations.
Sweet.
it's hard to realize how much we really have. It's not that often we get to go to a place like Africa or dream of going to a place like Africa and see the contrast of how much we really have and how much the rest of the world doesn't.